All right, so I'm working on a new project, like always, I guess. This is a 2010 Polaris RZR 800. This thing's got a bunch of issues, but it works. It runs, it drives, it doesn't smoke, it hasn't overheated, it shifts through all the gears. So mechanically in the engine and transmission, you know, it seems okay, but it's got a bunch of other problems. So already I've done a couple things. The wiring is a mess, but that's for another video. So this thing has 0 brakes. I mean, you press the brake pedal and there's nothing happening, like 0. Okay, 0 brakes. This is the back of it, back right. Took the wheel off. I'm using my Harbor Freight XT Earthquake, the mini impact. I have the big one, but for this one I don't really need the big one. Pull the lugs off right there. That was a, let's see, what millimeter is that? 14 millimeter. Okay, so already I'm saying we need a wheel bearing. See? Which is bad, but it's not that, you know, I will do it, but it's not number one on my list right now. No, number one that's on my list right now is no brakes. And as you can see, somebody wore this down until the pad was gone. After the pad was gone, they just, you know, just kept going. I mean, it just killed the entire caliper. See? Just for reference, here's a brand new caliper. And these two, like, forks or whatever, they've already worn them off. So there you go. The forks will go right there. I'm not a big fan of really mudding these machines too deep like this, because as you can see, it just, I mean, it's just mud and sand everywhere. Especially if you live in Texas, there's a lot of sand on these trails. This sand just gets in there everywhere. But, and then, you know, you have no maintenance, no cleaning it, not, you know, no greasing anything, and you're just gonna roll right through. Wheel bearings, you could make your calipers stick or whatever, close, and that could just eat your pads. But this whole thing has just not been maintained. But we got it for a cheap price. There's the back of that caliper. All right, so we're gonna go ahead, pull these out. There's one here, and there's another one down there, and then remove that hose, pull it off, and put the new one on. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I got my light on so you can see a little bit better. And I used the Harbor Freight ratcheting wrench set to remove these. So this one and that one. And this is a 13 millimeter. And now here we are. This is what you get. You have one brake pad on the back, nothing on the front. Fork missing, and, you know, who knows what else. So what we have to do now, looking at this hose, make sure it's not leaking. hose looks okay. I don't know if it's leaking or not. But for right now, this right here, that's your brake line hose. And this right here looks to be like a 13 millimeter too. So let's see. Try to do this one-handed. All right, so 13 millimeter right there. No surprise, no brake fluid. A little bit. Okay, so we got the new caliper on, the new pads. Test fit. Let me go ahead and power wash this whole buggy in a minute. But so for the brake line, you have one washer with like a Teflon seal on it, rubber seal on it. It's a rubber seal. So you have one washer with a rubber seal in the front, and then you have another washer with a seal in the back. That keeps the this line from leaking. All right. Oh, you know what? I think that's 12 millimeters actually. Okay. Got this. Okay. Bottom. You get the gist of it. I'll tighten this one up and I'll come back and tighten the brake line. All right, back in correction. This is a 12 millimeter for the brake line. Oops, wrong way. That's it. Try to get this boot on a little bit more. So there you have it. That's how you replace caliper and brake pads on a 2000, I'm guessing 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then probably a 13 Polaris RZR. Very easy job. As long as you have a jack stand, 13 millimeter, 12 millimeter, and a 14mm right here to get everything off. I would, you know, get a power washer to clean up some of this stuff. Okay, and then you'll be good to go. It'll be stopping like brand new. Now, this does need wheel bearings, and I'll get to that. I'll get to that later. I want to get this thing stopping first. Then I'll get to the wheel bearings and clean everything up. But until next time, I'll see you all later.